Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now today, continuing on with the stout train as promised. So, craft beer review number 145. We have the OMEN. The OMEN coming out of the Grifter Brewing Co., which is coming out of Marrickville, New South Wales. It is an Oatmeal Stout, 5.5% ABV in a 375ml can. It says at the back, the OMEN Oatmeal Stout, a rich, smooth, dark ale with layers of coffee, chocolate, and roasted malt complexity. Well, that's what you hope for a stout. So the Grifter Brewing Co. coming out of 1-391 Enmore Road, Marrickville, New South Wales, 1.6 standard drinks, and you know what? They are independent. So for all those that don't know, I did mention this in the previous The Grifter Brewing Co. review. I believe it was this one. This can right here. Big Sir. So now we're doing the OMEN. So I mentioned in that the Grifter Brewing Company began with Matt King, Glenn Wignall, and Trent Evans in 2012. And you know what? They started back then in 2012 independent, and they're still independent. So you know what? Good on them for staying true to being independent. There you go. If that means anything to the people. Alright. Kind of like me. I don't get sent anything. Everything I review, I buy myself. So, you know it's going to be honest. You know it's going to... I'm just going to let you know how it is. But, here we go. Crappy review number 145. Let's get it. Let's get it cracked. Oh, look at that. Now that was a really carbonated crack. Alrighty, here we go. Look at that. I think we're just going to save some. We're going to save a little, just like the one next to it, because I want to do a comparison with the stout from Boat Rocker compared to this one. So, but before we get to that, let's see how this is going. Creme head, fluffy. Yeah, it is really nice and silky smooth on top. Slightly big bubbles on the side. Jet black. Can't see through that. Can't see through that at all. You know what? Let's just get into it. Oh, my goodness. Stout number 2. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yep, the roasty malt notes is there, but you know what? The chocolate stands out more in this than the stout from Boat Rocker. So if you like your chocolatey nose, this is more on the chocolate side. But not as much on the coffee side, if that makes sense. The other one was more dark roasty malts, you know, that slight chocolate, more of that bitter espresso kind of vibes. This, I'm just picking up a lot of chocolate. I mean, yeah, the dark roasty malt is there, but the chocolate's standing out. But you know what? It's all about the taste. So, let's give it a try. Cheers, everyone. Who has tried the OMEN coming out of the Grifter Brewing Co.? Let me know in the comments. Alright, here we go. First impressions. Well, I've had it before, but first impression for yous. I'll act real natural, don't worry. Oh, I never tried this before. It's got more of a crisp ale vibe to this. Alright, so the stout from Boat Rocker, it was almost more malty. I don't know. I'm just trying to judge this one, right? We're going to compare it after. I just keep thinking back to it and trying to compare it right now, but instead of just giving this one my time. So, You know what? Let's focus on this for now. So let's have a look at that lacing. How's it behaving? I mean, it's active, it's there, but now that chocolate note's starting to go. I mean, what happened? Well, keep in mind, this is an oatmeal stout. I mean, if that was an oatmeal stout, maybe, it would be kind of close. But I feel that we're pretty close. I mean, it is a dark ale. That's a dark ale. 5.5%, 6.1. I mean, we're pretty close, guys. But you know what? Let's have another sip. I can't judge it by the first sip. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Like, it's not like dark roasty malt is coming out on the palate, It's more like a dark ale, I guess. Like, there's a slight crisp note. I mean, I'm not even really picking up much coffee. You know what? I have to have another one. Here we go. Cheers, everyone. Get that little tingling carbonation feeling on your tongue. So it's not necessarily like a smooth type of... It's like a stout. There's more of a crisp vibe to this, but obviously not like a lager. I mean, it is smooth considering lager, compared to that, but it's just not silky smooth, I don't know. Like, let's just say I've moved well past the 5%, 6% stouts, and I'm trying to judge it in a sense where we're judging it for what it is, for its percent, for its price bracket. You're not gonna compare this to an imperial stout that costs $30 for a can or something, like, that's a bit unfair. So that's why I'm trying to compare it to one that I just had on the previous review. So, but I mean, is it an easy drinking beer? Yes, it's sessionable. It's definitely sessionable if you just wanted something with that stouty flavour, but in my opinion, I was really hoping for more. Like more roasted malt notes or more coffee notes coming out or something like that. But let's just have another sip. Like, it's not even really that bitter, To me, there is that slight malty notes, like roasty malt notes on the back of your throat, right? But in your breath, it's just like like an ale, I guess, like a dark ale. But you just wanted more of that roasty malt vibes. You want that espresso to come out. I want to taste some of the chocolate. Now I'm not even getting the chocolate. Man. Now I'm starting to think that was more chocolatey and more... Alright. I'm not trying to badmouth this. I'm not trying to say this is a bad beer. But it's just got that carbonation tang. But it just doesn't carry on. I don't know how to explain this. You know what? I'm just going to chug this down. Alrighties. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of the OMEN? Is it the oatmeal that's making it different? Is that the oatmeal funk that I'm picking up in the back of my throat? Maybe that is that funk before it comes to that semi-roasted malty vibes on the back end of your throat, but I just want it to be a little bit more. But keep in mind, supermarket beer, you know, are we even calling it craft? I mean, they're still independent. 1.6 standard drinks. I mean, this retails for roughly $6 each, I think. Don't quote me on that. I did buy this at a, what do you call it? Liquor Legend. No, not Liquor Legend. Local liquor next to Coles. You know how BWS is next to Woolies. If you're in Australia, you will know what I'm talking about. So let's just say the one next to Coles. I believe I got that from there. Got this from there. Man, I'm slurring my words. Unedited, unscripted, totally unprofessional. But you know what? Honest. Here we go. Let's test the chuggability. Cheers, everyone. Drink responsibly. Any burp? Yeah, slight tingling carbonation on your tongue, but all I'm saying is it's not so dark roasty coffees and the chocolates. I mean, to me, it's like you're drinking a dark, like you're drinking a beer. I know that just sounds bad, but I guess if you're a person that enjoys beer, like beer, when you go to the pub, beer's on tap, and you didn't want anything too crazy, you know, maybe you're the type of person, kind of like my little brother, you know, I said to him one day, I'm like, try this beer out. It tastes like chocolate. It tastes like coffee. And then the look on his face is like, beer shouldn't taste like chocolate or coffee. So, I mean, if you're on that group, then maybe the OMEN is that less stouty beer for the normal beer drinker that wants to try a dark beer without getting scared away while still maintaining the beer flavors, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Anyways, we're going to pour up some more, and I am going to probably do a comparison. Alright. Or should I do a separate video for the comparison? Nah, we're doing it in this video. Alright, I'm just going to pour it up. Here we go. Alright, we're going to let that sit there. I'm going to grab another glass. And then we're going to tip the rest of that stout in. 2 seconds, guys. I'll be back. Before you even noted. Alakazam. And we're back. With a glass. Alrighty, here we go. Alright, let me just put this down. Hopefully that doesn't get kicked over and spills everywhere. Oh my goodness. Unprofessional. Alrighties. The Stout, which is smooth and malty from Boat Rocker. Alrighties. Let's see how... Okay, I mean, I wasn't that long, but yes. Obviously, doesn't take too long for beers to lose its carbonation. But still got something there. Alright. Now, let's compare. Alrighties. Boat Rocker. The Grifter. Alright. Nah. Boat Rocker wins by nose. Boat Rocker wins by nose. Dark roasty malt, slight coffee, slight chocolate. The OMEN. Dark roasty malts, but more of that beer vibe, if that makes sense. Like your typical beer funk. No, maybe it's the oatmeal. But all I know is I'm getting less chocolate here. Less chocolate, less coffee. Now when I'm having a stout, I don't know, I feel like I'm chasing coffee and chocolate half the time. And to be honest, while I'm nosing this, keep in mind, yes, that has been sitting there. I reviewed it, I sat it up there, I went and washed the glass, we grabbed another beer, and here we are. But, you know, I kind of even want to give this a chance and let this sit for a little bit, let it warm up, you know, like, is it just because this got time to warm up and now I'm just like, honestly, like I'm picking up vibes of like it's an imperial stout. Come on now, and it's only 6.1%. Like those notes that you pick up in imperial stouts, I used to call it cidery vibes because it's like this thing that I pick up. But obviously, it's not a cidery vibe. It's like a vibe that I get from it. But obviously, you're just getting all that roasty, malty, coffee, chocolates goodness. You know what? For this, I don't wanna sound bad, but you know what? I did use my money to pay for these both. So, to be fair, I'm gonna have to give you my most honest opinion. So, Stout by Boat Rocker. The Omen by the Grifter. This has got more of a crisp kind of vibe. I mean, it's got less other things, less flavors, less coffees, less this, less malty notes. So that being said, I think I'm gonna have to go with the smooth and malty stout by Boat Rocker. Not taking anything away from the Omen now, alright? Because this is a preference thing. Maybe you're a person that doesn't like these notes and you want something that is less all of that. More of a, you know, like if you are only just getting into your stouts, then I don't know, maybe you're going to get scared away from all the coffees and the chocolate, and you just wanted to taste something that's like a dark ale, you know, you're still getting that beer vibe with that slight roasted malty notes, then the Omen. But if you're a fan of imperial stouts and you wanted that stoutish vibe, roasted malts and coffee and chocolate, then yeah, Boat Rocker. You know what? Let's put them together. Now we're gonna call this the Smooth and Malty Omen. Let's have a taste. I'm getting so much bourbony vibes right now. Anyways, it's a good nose, let's just say. Alright, cheers everyone. Do you blend beers? This is the first time I'm trying it. Cheers everyone. Obviously it's lost its carbonation by this point. But don't think that losing carbonation means you're losing flavour. Wow, it's like that roasted malty vibes, coffee, chocolate, and then you're getting the beerness from the Omen. I know that sounds bad. Maybe they're trying to like make the Omen more stoutish, but I mean they call it an oatmeal stout. Maybe it's just an oatmeal stout thing. Keep in mind, this is only my 145th beer in this reviewing world, alright? So I am still learning, guys. I do try things, but yeah, there is a little thing where I'm like, oh, you know, like sometimes I don't think about these kind of things, you know. When it says oatmeal stout, maybe the oatmeal just makes less of whatever you get in that. You know what I mean? Maybe it's less chocolate or less this and that, and it's more of a different kind of feeling or taste on the back of your palate, you know. So there you go. I'm you know, maybe it's not a fair comparison, but I hope I gave you a reasonable analysis of it all. But anyways, I'm probably going to be repeating myself. Much love to you all, and as always, drink responsibly. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have tried either the Stout, Smooth and Malty by Boat Rocker, or the OMEN, the Oatmeal Stout by the Grifter Brewing Co. There you go. But this concludes Craft Beer Review number 145. Let's just say I'll catch you all next time. Oh, let me get a glass so I can do this.